Hi, I'm Adrianne.
And Kerri Ann.
Can you take your pet with you?
Yes. Yes, you can. Now, okay, that yes is not broad. I'm going to take that back. Okay. So
I was like, wow, that was an energetic yes.
I know. Well, I mean, the fur babies need to go with them if they can. So every case is unique in its own. The majority of my communities will allow pets. Will allow, dog, cat, pet, but some of the communities have a size limit. Others communities, they don't, as long as the dog has got its shots and is manageable by the resident. That's another part that's important to it. Now, assisted living again blends into care homes. So remember that when it comes to a care home, the majority of the care homes will not take a pet. And a big part of it is because if you have a care home and everybody that's living in the care home has a pet, you've got a house full of residents and a house full of animals, and we have to make sure that they can be taken care of. So it depends on the community, it depends on the size of the animal or how many you have, but each person is unique, and at all costs, if I am able to provide the proper options that also allows the fur babies to go with my clients, I want that. So we figure it out.
I love that. And I think too, I know when we had worked with a client together, she was able to take her cats. And that's unusual because a lot of facilities, normally, dogs are allowed, but that some people have other type of animals that they are allowed to have at a facility.
Yes, and each is unique, and that's why it's, good to work with somebody local that has, I've placed hundreds of people over the valley. I know my communities, great relationships. We know the bandwidth of who they're willing to take. But when we do those assessments and we're talking to that person about finances and their history and their medical, their animals are also involved. And the client that we worked with, she's a super loving lady and she had so many cats.
Yes, she had lots of cats.
So we had to kind of go, okay, not we, you did it because you're amazing.
Pick your 2 favorite cats.
Pick your 2 favorites, and then Adrianne rehomed the others. And you know what? And at that point, most of my families, or they might have a family member. Sometimes I've had situations where maybe the dog was too large, or maybe the animal wasn't manageable for my client because they still have to take them out and go to the restroom and take care of them, and it just wasn't going to work out. So a family member took the pet in and then does pet visits, because that's okay. As long as they have their shots, they can come do visits.
I love that.
So we try and figure it out the best way that we can.